Here we are at the Derwent Valley School of Creative Woodworking. Kay's my cinematographer's back, and that's always a little bit threatening. Kay, out the window today, we've got a hell of a flood going on. We've got floodwaters in the park here at Timwell Park in New Norfolk in Tasmania. It's August.
Yes.
It's a winter afternoon, Sunday,
Ooh.
and the park is flooded. Anyway, the real work's happening here. I spent 2 hours. And that might seem a lot of time, but I needed to completely recover what was a very, very bad edge on the Skew Chisel that I'm about to demonstrate. The Skew Chisel now has 2 facets, like a good diamond. One on both sides. We haven't got all sorts of faces and inaccuracies, so we've got a really good starting point, a beautifully sharp chisel. So we can take that out of our multi-jig, which is a wonderful Turmec product.
Right.
The Skew Chisel, we're using a beautiful Vic Mark lathe, and this will probably go a little bit longer, but I wanted to show you the basics of it. We're going to start off at around about 1000 RPM, and we're going to turn from square to round. So I need to have the handle down around my hips. I can secure it with a thumb over the top or my hand over the top. Now this is a very aggressive chisel. I can take off an absolute zapper, or we can take up to 10mm. Let's fire this up. I'm up over 2,200 revolutions per minute. Everything is secure. I'm using my hand over the top. Got a particularly bony piece up here, so we'll be just looking at the quality of finish. I'll just turn that off briefly so we can have a little look. With a chisel of this sharpness, I'm expecting to get probably straight onto a 180, 220 finish. Just securing that. We're going to go a little bit longer. Now, one of the things that is important is to ensure that you get your fence close enough to the work so you cannot get your fingers caught. So I'm just moving that in. My rest's at about 3/4 height. And I'm going to turn this into a cylinder now. I'm just going up to 2,500 revolutions per minute. Just to give you some idea of how aggressive we can be. And then how fine with some very The Skew Chisel is a shaping chisel for doing those beautiful billiard tables and standard lamps and chair legs, and it's a shaping chisel. It's a very creative, fluid tool. Let's just continue with the taper. And then a very, very fine pass. And we'll finish off with just lowering the rest.